Starting from Hawaii to Sicily and Albay, a province in the Philippines. What ties these locations together? Volcanoes. However, it is known that the volcanic activity still occurs on other planets and asteroids in the solar system besides the Earth, or they have been known to have occurred in the past. There are additional lava worlds in the universe. Fascinatingly, not every volcano in the solar system is created equal. Some erupt the normal stuff, including molten rock and ash, while others erupt frozen water, ammonia, and methane. By now, have you got the idea about what we're talking about in today's video? Well, if you still couldn't guess it, then let us tell you about that. In today's video, we will be talking about ice volcanoes. Yes, you heard that right, about ice volcanoes and why they're on the rise now. So hello and welcome again to our YouTube channel Fly Me to the Moon. Let's not waste any more time and jump into today's information conversation. All you need to know about ice volcanoes. Naturally, ice volcanoes are not actual volcanoes spewing lava from the planet's interior. Nonetheless, several planets and moons in our solar system have cryovolcanoes, which erupt frozen liquids like ammonia and water. The three components of these subterranean ice volcanoes are water, icy conditions such that the water will freeze once it erupts from the holes, and rough seas. Seeing them is a joy, if only to serve as a gentle reminder of how fortunate you are to be able to return home to a warm blanket and a cup of tea. Before we start with anything, and to be clear with the whole concept, it is very important to know the basics. For that, we have to understand ice volcanoes. Icicles, get out of here. One of the most breathtaking icy formations of winter is fast evolving into an ice volcano. Since they resemble actual volcanoes like Mount St. Helens or Kilauea in Hawaii, these tiny ice volcanoes were given that name. However, unlike real volcanoes, ice volcanoes spew a wintry mixture of water and ice. The icy moons and planets that orbit Earth, such as Pluto, also experience ice volcano formation. The ash and gases that these ice volcanoes, which scientists refer to as cryovolcanoes, where cryo means cold, erupt and freeze in midair as a result of the planet's extremely low temperatures, which, if you didn't know, can go as cold as to -300 to -400 degrees Fahrenheit on Pluto. Discovery alert! New evidence in Pluto. About what? Let's find out. Pluto formed roughly 4.5 billion years ago, along with the Earth and other planets in our solar system. It orbits the Sun at a distance of 5.8 billion kilometers and is smaller than the Earth's moon. It is roughly 40 times farther than the Earth's orbit. Flat terrains, mountains, craters, and valleys can all be found on Pluto's surface. NASA scientists claim to have discovered evidence of massive ice volcanoes on the dwarf planet Pluto. The discovery is supported by pictures and information gathered by NASA's New Horizons satellite. In a recent investigation, scientists found several structures with a spherical shape on Pluto's surface. According to researchers, Pluto has dynamic geology. There is proof that nitrogen ice glaciers are in motion. The dwarf planet also includes regions where nitrogen ice evaporates. Triton, active volcano suspected. According to the most recent close-up pictures taken by the robotic Voyager 2 space explorer, Neptune's strange moon Triton may feature active ice volcanoes in its southern areas that are spewing nitrogen ice plumes 20 miles into the atmosphere. Nothing just like them exists on Earth, but researchers found that they are similar to artesian wells, geysers found in Yellowstone Park, and volcanoes. Scientists and journalists present at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, which is overseeing the Voyager mission for NASA, gasp in shock at Soderblom's revelation. Before this study, some scientists had proposed that the blackened plumes were caused by Triton's dominant nitrogen winds scouring or moving darker particles onto its surface. However, according to Soderblom and others, Triton's atmosphere is too thin for such an analysis because of what Voyager's instruments have shown. Is it going to ice up everywhere? I bet it is, because we are all going to gaga on about ice volcanoes and know more about them. Well, if you're enjoying this video so far, do not forget to follow the 3 ice-cold golden rules of like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel Fly Me to the Moon for more such interesting and insightful videos. Also, don't forget to click on that notification bell on the left so that you never miss any updates from our channel. Why are ice volcanoes on the rise? The melting of the ice caps caused the Earth's mantle to be under less pressure, which increased the output of magma and the frequency of volcanic eruptions as the temperature warmed. Erosion was also a significant factor in the process, according to the researchers who were led by the University of Cambridge. These eruptions may have contributed to the rise in atmospheric carbon dioxide levels. The Earth has alternated throughout the past million years between glacial periods, sometimes known as ice ages, and interglacial areas, with each lasting around 100,000 years. Volcanic activity is substantially higher during interglacial periods like the one we are currently experiencing because there is less pressure from the ice caps to prevent eruptions. Since more carbon dioxide is released into the atmosphere when volcanoes erupt, this cycle accelerates global warming. Previous models that tried to explain the rise in atmospheric CO2 during the end of the last ice age took into account the function of deglaciation in escalating volcanic activity, but neglected to take the erosion into account, which suggested that CO2 levels may have been significantly underestimated. Not melting polar ice sheets. Volcanoes and glaciers are two of nature's most stunning and amazing sights. On Earth, fire and ice often come into contact. High-latitude volcanic areas frequently have snow and ice covering their volcanoes. In some recent years, some have theorized that volcanic activity may be contributing to the current melting of Earth's polar ice sheets in Greenland and Antarctica. For instance, a 2017 study led by NASA and geophysicists Eric Evans and Helene Serausi of the NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory added proof to support a long-held theory that a heat source known as a mantle plume lies deep below Antarctica's Mary Birdland, explaining some of the meetings that result in lakes and rivers under the ice sheet. The study may help explain why the West Antarctic ice sheet collapsed quickly during a previous period of rapid climate change and why it's currently so unstable. However, the researchers stressed that the heat source is not a new or increasing threat to West Antarctic ice sheet, but rather has been present over geologic timescales and thus represents a background contribution to the ice sheet's melting. Climate change, a major factor. According to the study, one group looked at the geologic history of volcanic eruptions in Iceland between 5,500 and 4,500 years ago, when the environment was lower but not yet an ice age. The amount of ash that fell over Europe and ended up on peat bogs and lakes allowed the scientists to estimate the degree of volcanic activity. Contrary to common belief, there is a connection between climate and volcanism. This relationship is known as surface loading, which is caused by the pressure that large glaciers place on the Earth's crust. The story of Lake Michigan. Despite being frequently referred to as ice volcanoes, the term is inaccurate because a volcano requires molten rock and gas to exist. The term's origin is unknown, but it's frequently used since the frozen formations can get taller as they spew more water, which causes the water to freeze into a cone shape and resemble an ice volcano. Locals congregate in Lake Michigan in the summer to cool themselves on a hot, sunny day. However, through the winter, they anticipate something a little different: ice volcanoes to emerge above the lake. It's true what you just heard. When a wave pierces the ice formed along the lake's surface, it forms icy hills called ice volcanoes. Tom Finley, Director of Education at the Schlitz-Audubon Nature Center in Wisconsin, claims that despite Lake Michigan appearing tranquil beneath the ice shelf that builds in the Arctic conditions, the water beneath it is teeming with life and energy. Well, guess we've learned a lot about ice volcanoes and more about them in today's video. Did you enjoy it? If you did, don't forget to share it with your friends and family so that they can get to know more about everything. Before we end this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel Fly Me to the Moon, and don't forget to press the notification bell on the left so that you never miss any updates from us. Until then, stay healthy and keep watching Fly Me to the Moon until we bring more crispy videos just for you.